Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is when you come across this video. I hope that you're having a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that today. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. We are going to do a daily scripture this morning. Then we'll get into the morning mantra and just go from there. It is a crisp morning in our area. It's quite cold and frosty out this morning. And I've still got Band-Aids, so we'll see how well I'm able to shuffle with the Band-Aids. It didn't work out so well last time. We got two from Proverbs. Proverbs 31:26 and Proverbs 31:31. Well, seeing as those are so close together, instead of reading just those two, we'll pull it up and read from one to the other. (31:26). She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. I don't think I said that right. Virtuously, virtuously. Virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But women that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Wow. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Okay, so if you're a woman watching this, definitely look this scripture up. Maybe even read all of Proverbs 31. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. So chapter 31, Proverbs. Definitely look that up today. Actually, I'm going to leave that out and I'll read that whole thing later. I may come back and do like a pre-recorded video later of me reading that chapter. We'll see how the day goes. Okay, so she opens her mouth with wisdom, teaching the kindness, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. So speaking words of kindness, leading by example, showing others how it's supposed to be done, basically. Leading with love. Not only for others, but for yourself. All right, now we'll get a morning mantra. I mean, whether you're a man or a woman, that applies. But women are more emotionally in tuned most of the time than men are. Maybe not, I shouldn't say more, but just in different ways. Women tend to be more intuitive, more empathetic, more sensitive. Not to say that men aren't, women are just more. Okay, let's get our morning mantra. Something that I've had always kind of done, and then I quit doing it for a while, and now I've started doing it again because I'm around different people, better people for me. Sorry, it fell on the floor. Is acknowledging when you're thinking of someone. You know, like send them a text if you think of them during the day. I'll do my best today, no matter what. Even if my best is way, way, way less than perfect, it still counts. Putting your best foot forward. Some days that's harder to do than others. Sometimes we have to turn to different types of motivation and encouragement to get us going in the day. They're talking about the weather. I guess we're supposed to get snow. All right, let's pull some angel numbers. Shout out to Max Velocity here on YouTube. That's my weatherman. You know, something that I noticed on the radio today, the things that are determined newsworthy are really such a waste of time. And I heard on the radio the other day, they were talking about like how much money all the new movies made at the theater. I think Avatar 3 was the top, and it was like 22 million, billion, I don't know, dollars that it made in a weekend. I could think of so many other ways that money could be spent other than going towards watching a movie. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love the Avatar movies. But that also being said, it makes me think of the Colosseum, you know, where they talk about just keep them distracted. And that's all that stuff is. It's just distraction. And in reality, in a lot of those movies, especially the Avatar movies, they're literally putting into picture what they do to us and what they do to our planet. And we consider it entertainment. All right, we got 6464 intuition. It bent as I was shuffling, so I wanted to acknowledge it. Inner knowing, trust, awareness, mindfulness, reflection, and clarity. Listening to your intuition. I was just talking about that. Women and their intuition. For some, it's stronger than others, but the more you practice, the better you get. You have to learn to listen to your body and the energy surrounding you, how it makes you feel. That's all part of listening to your intuition. It's your body talking to you. That's why they call it your gut intuition, because you can feel it in your body. It's different for different people, though, and it's different for different energies and different situations. 1551. Keep your dream. Dreams, focus, faith, courage, goals, and spirit. Focus on the positive and stay dedicated to your desired outcomes. It's time to invest your faith and efforts into your ideas and pursue your goals with unwavering determination. Your spirit is both beautiful and courageous. What can you do today to align with your dreams? How will you stay motivated and focused despite challenges? Create a vision board or set clear goals to stay focused on your dreams. Remind yourself why these goals matter and let this motivation drive you. Trust in your courage and keep moving forward. I'll put that up here. We got 22 opportunities on the bottom of the deck. Expansion, possibilities, courage, exploration, growth, and fearlessness. Fearlessness, courage. Excuse me. And then you got 000, reflect. Soul journey, inner reflection, alignment, infinite possibilities, mindfulness, and contemplation. Contemplating different opportunities, different choices, contemplating your goals, how to get there, the little steps that need to be taken to accomplish the bigger goal. Okay. That's easier said than done, I realize, especially if you have a hard time focusing. If you struggle with any kind of neurodivergent mind, we're all a little different, but embracing those aspects of yourself and then learning how to work with them can be difficult. For me, I kind of go in phases, and I really have to learn how to work with my body during those different phases. And I don't know how it is for everybody else. I can only speak for how it is for me. But there are times when I really have to just put myself in isolation and gather my thoughts and make a plan so that I'm able to maintain focus. All right, now we'll do the Angels of Abundance. We didn't pull from these last time. We're just kind of mixing things up a little bit instead of just doing the same old, same old. I mean, obviously it's the same cards, just in different orders, but... All right, Angels of Abundance. I'll do my best today, no matter what. Even if my best is way less than perfect, it still counts. Partnership. Allow beautiful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So, partnership with your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High, but also partnerships here in the physical, where, you work together. Teamwork makes the dream work on whatever level, whether, it's just a friendship, a work thing, a side project, even working with yourself, healing and growing and learning. We talk about it often about how, the little steps of progress that we make, and how a lot of times we forget to acknowledge those small little accomplishments. But the more we learn to do that for ourselves, the more it will help us push forward to accomplish the next little goals. Sometimes we have to be our own cheerleader. A lot of times, really. Especially if it's something dear to your heart. We're talking about 1551, keep your dream. Sometimes things that we're working on or things that we want to accomplish, we have to keep them in. because if we put it out there for the world to see, they might tear it apart before we even get it built. And it's unfortunate to think that there are people in the world like that, but there are. There are people in this world that would rather bring you down to their level instead of them coming up and meeting you at your level. They want to hold you back. They want to hold you down. They want to keep you from growing and, in a way becoming better than they are. But it's only because they don't want to put in the work. So being around people that are like that can really destroy your life. So it's very important to be aware of the people that you share your time and your energy with. Be around people that, oh my goodness. Be around people, it felt like somebody just like stabbed me in the throat. Be around people that are gonna encourage you to chase after your dreams, that are positive and that you can share that positive energy with. It's not, you always want that reciprocation. It really did feel like somebody just stabbed me in the throat. That was so weird. Oh, it's still kind of there. Ooh. Okay. Celestial insights. The reality of that being a possibility, somebody you love, somebody you care about, somebody you trust, sabotaging you and wishing you ill will, purposely causing problems in your life. That's a painful realization. And it can be very hard to overcome something like that once it's happened, because it really affects your ability to trust other people. You already feel so vulnerable because of whatever's happened. And then, you're openly making yourself even more vulnerable by putting yourself out there for other people to interact with other people. All right. Soul happy, rekindle connection. Your soul is longing to reconnect with something or someone. Have you drifted away from a meaningful connection? Take the initiative to rekindle this relationship or experience, as it may bring you deep joy. Very much lining up with the partnership. And then embrace the changes happening around you. Have recent changes made you uneasy? Accept them, adjust, and discover the opportunities that come with transformation. Yeah. Letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you. It's painful, but there's also a lot that can be embraced about that. No longer having to tolerate being mistreated. No longer having to dull your shine to make other people comfortable. No longer masking how you really feel. No longer trying to be somebody that you're not because it's what other people expect. Truly embracing who you are. And for a lot of us, that in itself is a very long journey, because once the separation happens, you have to learn who you are. Depending on how long you've lived in that energy, you no longer know who you are, because the who you've been has always been based on who you were around. So that in itself is a journey. And it's a journey that has to be had in order to be able to obtain more positive partnerships. Trust, look at that on the bottom of the deck, followed by transformation. and boundary. Yeah. Synchronicity, surprise, telepathy, and strength. Trust the transformation process. Don't forget, to have strong boundaries. For a lot of us, that in itself is something very difficult to accomplish. Saying no when we want to say no, instead of saying yes because we're people pleasing. That's a very hard habit to break, especially because for a lot of us, that's been ingrained since childhood. So we don't know how to be any other way. And when we start to try to change it, it feels wrong. It feels wrong to say no. It feels wrong to say, hey, I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. You know what I mean? So that takes strength. The telepathy, that could be with your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High. That could also be with a special kind of connection. Maybe you have that strong of a connection with somebody that you formed somewhere along the line. A child, a past lover, even like a soulmate type person that was involved in your life at some point. And, for a lot of us, like for me, I have mixed opinions about that. Like, I totally believe it's possible, but at the same time, it's like, how do you know the difference between your own intuition? We've been talking about that already. Your own intuition, in the voice of spirit, and then the telepathy, another voice coming in out of the dark. I don't know. That would be interesting to learn about, but honestly, I've never really taken the time to learn about it. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and pull from the love deck. I said we would use this, let's see, 2244 on the timer when I looked. I said we would use this one until Valentine's Day, so we will keep doing that. $22.44 was on the timer. That is an angel number. All right. Last time none wanted to come out, so we'll see. I just flew out of there. My love for you is unconditional. I think I have seen you, confirmation. I think I have seen you in my dreams before. This feeling is strangely pulling me toward you. Our minds intertwine without saying out loud. So there's that telepathy energy again. A lot of talk about dreams. I had a dream. I did dream last night. I woke myself up talking this morning. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. I just now remembered that. Like I thought it when I first woke up and then I forgot it. Wow. My love for you is unconditional. I think I have seen you in my dreams before. This feeling is strangely pulling me toward you. Our minds intertwine without saying out loud. The storm will pass away and I'll still be here with you for good. We saw this too shall pass from the mindfulness deck last time. It's too hard to show, but I do care about you so much. Trying to find my way back to you. Can you at least listen to me? From time to time, we will have a happy ending if you and me both empathize and love for our true selves. We already talked about that at the very beginning of the video. Empathy, women having strong empathy. I've been watching you over from every source. I've been watching you over from every source on the top of the deck. This is coming to an end. Your eyes, your smile, can't get them out of my head. If I ever put off my mask, will you accept another real me? I talked about wearing a mask, about taking off the mask. I miss the old you. I miss us. I don't want our love to become worse by minor things unconsciously piling up. All right. So let's read them all together. My love for you is unconditional. I think I have seen you in my dreams before. This feeling is strangely pulling me toward you. Our minds intertwine without saying anything out loud. The storms will pass away and I will still be here with you for good. It's hard to show, but I do care about you so much. Trying to find my way back to you. Can you at least listen to me? From time to time, we will have a happy ending if you and me both empathize and love for our true selves. I've been watching you over from every source. Your eyes, your smile, I can't get them out of my head. If I ever put off my mask, will you accept another real me? This is coming to an end. So take from that what you will. Okay, now we'll do, let's see. Now we'll do a Namaste card. If you want to call me baby, who is this that sings this song? I can't think of it right now. Like to talk for hours, then go ahead now. Marry him or marry me. I'm the one that loves it, baby, can't you see? I ain't got no future or family tree, but... yeah. All right. This is Namaste deck, the Stress Less deck. Back to basics. What was I talking about at the beginning of the video? Talking about having to, you know, pull yourself back in and just really get back to the basics. Yeah. The best things in life are free. When the world becomes too overwhelming, leave it all behind. Get back to the basics and escape within yourself. Pretend nothing else exists except you. What part of your body feels the safest and calmest? Center yourself there now. Let everything else fall away. Remain in this state for 8 minutes. Giving time to yourself instead of everything else allows you to recharge and reconnect with your energy and power. This will give you the gift of harmony. Yes. Letting go of the worry, coming into a place of rest, whether it's for 8 minutes, 8 hours, whatever works for you. So a lot of times we are so hyper focused on other things that we don't realize how much our bodies desperately are waiting for rest. All right, now we're going to pull a Chakra Wisdom Oracle. I mean, affirmation, not oracle. Whoa, that's way too many. Unconditional love, heart chakra wanted to show itself. Personal power. I'm having a hard time shuffling these cards today. All right. Chakra Wisdom Affirmation. There it goes. Freedom of choice. Solar plexus. Wow. They flipped over all kinds of crazy ways. All right. Third chakra. Freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose. So I choose wisely because my decisions have a great impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly and do not try to escape them with my own mind games. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation. I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. Freedom of choice. What did I say earlier? How we always have a choice. Who we surround ourselves with, how we spend our time, how we share our energy, how we show up in the world. You know, for a long time when I used to hear that, I thought, people were talking about like famous people. But that's not what it's about. Really, what it's about is how you show up in the world each and every day, the energy that you bring to the table. For each and every person that you come in contact with throughout your day. I say it in every video. You never know what one simple interaction could do to affect your life or to affect the other person's life. Something you might say just in casual conversation might turn that person's whole perspective around and in turn turn their life around. All right. Let's do dreams. That's come up a lot today. Confirmation. I don't know who sings this song. I think it might be Alicia Keys, but I want you to stay. Or that, I guess maybe that could have been Rihanna too. I don't know. All right. Unlock the secrets of your dreams. Mystical Dream Oracle. Stranger. A stranger in your dream represents unexplored or unknown aspects of yourself. It suggests that there are parts of you that you may have ignored or rejected. It encourages you to embrace and explore these unfamiliar parts. Integrating hidden aspects of your personality into your conscious self. What? What was I talking about at the beginning of the video about like unmasking and learning who you are? Wow. We got dogs on the bottom of the deck, backed by love. And then on the top of the deck, we've got book, backed by bridge. Bridge symbolizes connection and transition. Love is the source of all life energy. Dreaming of love represents deep inner harmony and connection. Dogs symbolize loyalty, friendship, and unconditional love. Dreaming of a dog reflects your desire for loyal friend relationships and sincere connections. Wow. Very much lining up with the partnership from the Angels of Abundance. It may also indicate the support of reliable friends or partners. The dream encourages honesty, trust, and showing loyalty to others, reminding you that love and support are always around, even in challenging times. And then book. Book symbolizes wisdom and knowledge. Dreaming of a book suggests you're entering a period of learning and growth. The pages represent life's chapters, with unopened pages indicating unexplored potential. This dream encourages you to remain open-minded, seek knowledge, and embrace new experiences to deepen your understanding. Creating new memories, learning, exploring, putting things that you've learned into action. I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, I learn a lot better with hands-on. All right, let's do animal allies. Seeing as we got the dog card there. We got duck on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Speaking your truth. This is where your book begins. Where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Yeah, the rest is still unwritten. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Book symbolizes wisdom and knowledge. Remain open-minded, seek knowledge, and embrace new experiences to deepen your understanding. Girl, you got to change your crazy ways. And this is Aerosmith on the radio. Turkey. Oh, I got to get out my turkey feather. Hold on. Gobble, 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 gobble. All right, we'll bring turkey to the table. That's crazy because it's a female comedian. I saw her online this morning before I got on here, and she was talking about her turkeys. She has 4 turkeys. I think she's got 3 males and a female. What is her name? Betty, I don't know. All right, turkey superpowers. Sharing, giving, courage, abundance, community care, good luck, new beginnings, nourishment of physical body, emotional care, and sacrifice. Turkey wisdom. The gift of time and care can mean just as much, if not more, than the gift of riches. The positive impact of love is unquantifiable. Bam! All right. When turkey appears, check in with yourself. Notice where you could use extra nourishment and attention. Ask yourself what steps you can take to turn things around. Turkey wants you to know it's hard to take care of others if you're not taking care of you. If you are not meeting your own needs, it will feel like a burden to be the generous person you know you are. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't take care of you, you're not going to have enough to go around. So you're going to end up getting drained and burn out because you're going to do it anyways, even though you know you don't have enough of whatever energy it is, whether it's financial, spiritual, emotional, physical, whatever. You only have so much. And but because it's in our nature, people that are naturally kind-hearted, giving, and generous people, we give even when we shouldn't. And a lot of times we do it to our detriment. And it's very important to not do that. Like, yes, you can still give. Yes, you can still be kind and, offer your time or whatever. But just be careful that you don't drain your resources. All right. Drain your supply. Supply and demand. You got to balance that out. All right, now we're going to pull from the Wandering Heart Oracle. How long have we been on here? 44 minutes and 20 seconds. All right, we'll start winding it out. Wandering Heart Oracle. Caged Bird. We got Heads Up on the bottom of the deck, number 19, and Stillness, number 36 on the top of the deck. Heads Up was backed by Follow Your Heart. Stillness was backed by Orgasm. All right, we'll read the general message for the Heads Up and Stillness. Heads up. Observe your surroundings. Mindfulness and cognizance. And then stillness, number 36. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your mind. Escape the static. Inactivity and reflect. And then we got 24 caged bird. Hold me now. Stay with me. Demand more space. Insecure and innocent. This card hints at a newfound maturity. What frightened you previously no longer does. You have found the allure in surrendering. You entertain the unfamiliar in hopes of exploring a new thing. You find yourself stepping outside of the box more often, no longer discouraged to live beyond the limits of your circumstances. You are dismissing yourself from your own harsh judgment, granting access for wisdom to come through. Someone out there could be seeking you. You have made a delightful impression. You may have pulled on someone's heartstrings unknowingly. Now would be an excellent time to draw up a list of everything you are searching for from a partner and out of life. Wow, partnership. So that the universe can do its thing and pull you and those things together. So that's something that has been popping up every once in a while these last couple months about making a plan, keeping your goals, writing it down, really taking the time to go within to find out what you really want. Because if we don't know what we want, the universe can't bring it to us. I don't know about the rest of you, but sometimes I question what I actually, I question myself. Going back to the 1551, keep your dreams. I was trying to see if I could tell what kind of bird that was in the cage. It almost kind of looks like a parrot. I don't know, though. Okay. I guess we'll do the herbal astrology. No, maybe we'll do animal spirit. Keith Urban on the radio. Thoughts of us kept keeping me awake. All right. Animal Spirit Oracle. Ooh, that was quick. Hawk. Fox on the bottom of the deck. Dragon on the top of the deck. All right, Dragon is a spirit card. But what actually flipped over was Hawk. Sorry, these cards aren't numbered. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. When The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the big picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly and intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much and suspicious. To bring into balance, a perspective shift. And then we have Fox that showed smart, strong partner or mate, and wise teacher. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, and magnanimous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership and connection. Bam! I can't even remember how many confirmations that's been on the partnership. All right, and then dragon, which is spirit. Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Once again, talking about seeing everything. The hawk talked about that as well. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon's energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing. Wow. As I'm reading about fire, she's singing about fire. This is Adele. Breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. Agni is described as the inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. And look at that. The dragon is associated with the third chakra, and the third chakra is what we got today with our chakra wisdom affirmations. All right, the subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center in the solar plexus chakra, also translated as the city of hidden gems. And behind its gates burns the fire of transformation and digestion. The sages believe health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see, shut up, both the inner and outer dimensions. seeing. Wow. Turn my sorrow into treasured gold. I think I'm going to leave it there. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.